Good morning. It is currently July 31st, about 6:42 a.m. Just got back from a morning run, about 5.25 miles, 9-minute pace, not too bad. About to get ready for work and excited for tomorrow. We got intervals. Got a buddy of mine, Smith. We're gonna do an interval session. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to the interval session and feeling good. First week of training, or trying to get a full week of training in rather than just testing out a few things each day. Having fun, feeling good. Legs are tired. Outside all day, but out here with Smith.
Hello, I'm Smith Mars. I've been off and on running probably since 2020, and I guess my best experience with running is a 5K on Siesta Key at 20 minutes and 38 seconds.
Not too bad. Let's see if he likes me after the end of today.
We'll see about that one.
He did not like the footwork session at the beach last year.
It's painful, but it's good to get the work in.
Let's have some fun.
Yes, sir.
I wanted to talk a bit about why I'm running this marathon, because I feel like there are a couple different layers to it, and it plays into just, I guess, almost as who I am and what my goals are for my freshman year of college. First off, I've always wanted to run a marathon. My mother ran one back in 2016, I believe, but that's not the reason why I signed up for this one. Initially my plan was to split a half marathon with my sister, most likely. But one day I was driving home, and I've been going through my first breakup for the last month or so, month and a half. One day I was driving home, I was like, this feels like a good opportunity to rebuild some self-confidence and personal self-image. Because honestly, even before breakup, relationship, whatever, like for the past year, I've been struggling with mostly just feeling like I'm waiting for applications to go through, waiting for soccer season to end, for senior year's schooling to end, for tests to be done. So I never felt like I was really accomplishing anything, but I saw this as an opportunity to basically get myself back in line and find some physical activity to enjoy. But again, that I realized pretty quickly that felt like a pretty short-term answer to what was going on in my mind and personally. So I kept looking for options on what could motivate, because I want to get something out of this marathon. I don't want to just run the marathon. I don't want to complete it. Currently, my goal is a sub 4 hour time, about a little over 9-minute pace, which is great, which will definitely be a challenge, but I want to gain more from it. So I'm looking for a deeper reason to run, which led me to thinking of the marathon as a way to keep me physically active throughout college, something my parents had been preaching over the past few months. Stay on top of my physical health, stay on top of nutrition, stay on top of balancing my life aside from school, aside from the hundreds of new people that I'm going to meet and interact with. And I'm not the most social person, and I get overwhelmed very easily in crowds. So the marathon almost acts as an excuse to relax, breathe, get out in the open, away from basically a whole new world that I'm entering. And I think all of these reasons, following in my parents' footsteps, the going through the breakup and refinding myself, and then the balance of my school and my social health, my physical health, my mental health, they all kind of follow in under the umbrella of this marathon essentially gives me a sense of direction for the next next 6 months, 6 to 8 months. It provides a rubric that I can measure myself with and against over the next few months. I can see my plan, how fast I'm moving in each training session, how like my diet, how I feel physically, how I feel mentally, and I can, through these videos, depending on how frequently I do them, I can see that visually progress over the course of my training program that I'm planning to build myself. I think that's, personally for me, that sounds like the most fun thing to do, and it sounds like the way that I will learn the best and get the most out of this experience. But this marathon almost gives me a sense of direction post goalkeeping, post high school, or K through 12. Everything is kind of laid out for you, like entering a new world where you're kind of not quite on your own. I would say I do, like, college still gives you stepping stones, but you're branching into adulthood, you're branching into living for yourself and for others, but not quite following. The goal is like you're following your own path rather than others. This marathon will hopefully help me work for what I want, which to me has always sounded a little bit selfish, but I do believe it's going to be a great experience. I do believe I'm going to learn about myself physically, mentally. I'm going to learn how to balance my diet, and I'm living in a dorm that has an apartment or has a kitchenette, so I will have more control over my diet, hopefully. And I don't know, it's gonna be fun. It's going to be tough, but I'm hoping to meet some interesting people along the way. I'm hoping to learn is the biggest thing. I think I can sum up everything is this marathon gives me a chance. It gives me direction for the next 6 months as I'm adjusting to college, and it gives me a chance to learn something new, I guess. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna hurt if I'm doing it right, but I'm looking forward to it.
Wasn't bad time. Oh.
Interval's done, 4 miles. How are we feeling?
Dead,
Dead?
but I'm glad we put the work in.
That was fun?
Yeah, I'll call it fun.
Maybe next time not do it in 1,000-degree weather.
Yeah, maybe not.